AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.
Yeah. Pick this up. Y'all know what this is. It's Sunday.
Yes, sir.
The rest day for some, rest day for most. Flea, how we feeling?
Feeling amazing. Feeling amazing. Happy Sunday to all. You know what I mean? It's a little rainy over here. Feeling good though. Happy Sunday, all. Church was amazing. God bless everybody.
AllBall, how we... What's up with his face, man?
Because I don't know if that's sarcastic. I'm trying to read, between the lines. When people got that Joker smile, there's something behind it. So I gotta watch out for this guy today, man. But
Leave me alone, OG.
Leave me alone. I'm feeling all right, man. We all woke up today. To me, that's what's most important. Happy Sunday to everybody. Every day is a great day to talk sports. So as long as I get to talk sports, I'm good.
Come on, man. We got some people in the building, AllBall.
Oh, the beautiful, the lovely, the extravagant Monique Johnson is in the building. And I'm going to tell you right now, that picture is love. Big shout out Monique Johnson in the building, y'all. And please speak to the beautiful ladies and be respectful. Very respectful.
What up?
What's up, Mo?
Big baby.
We only highlight the ladies, man. The fellas, y'all know how we do Wakanda Forever. We rock with y'all. We only highlight the ladies, man.
Wakanda Forever.
Yeah, we ain't got time to be playing with y'all, man. We are highlighting the ladies. Fellas, thumbs up, hearts. Say what's up to the ladies, man. Yeah, come on.
We live?
The ladies is like...
The biggest, y'all. The biggest.
I usually wait for that one-liner. You know what I'm saying, Flea? He's gonna say something while they go, oh yeah, perfect. AllBall suckers.
Yeah. He's good for that.
Avleo knows.
He knows. AllBall.
Big shout out to you.
Hold on.
Right.
Yo, big baby. He's sick. He's more sick of homie than you, bro.
He said, take LeBron, please.
Yo, listen, just real quick. We always got to give 20, 30 seconds to our brother Big Baby. I'm going to just say this. His support behind the scenes is legendary. Great platform. Y'all please subscribe, support to him. Big shout out Big Baby. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, he might hate LeBron just as much as me. That's why me and him connect so much. Big shout out Big Baby. He is sick of the king.
The Kang. Flea, AllBall's flip-flops are amazing. I just highlighted Big Baby Sports. He said, man, get out of here with them dudes, man. We want to... And then he sees, oh, yeah, Big Baby, what's going on?
That's Big Baby. Come on, man.
Breaking news. There was a trade just now, y'all. Trade alert real quick. The Jazz are sending Colin Sexton in a 2031 second-round pick to Charlotte for Jusuf Nurkic. Just came through. So I just wanted to, I know we about to address some things that have been happening. So that was just breaking news. I just wanted to pop that in.
Flea, repeat that again, because some people may not have heard you clearly, and that's definitely breaking news.
The Jazz sending Colin Sexton. That's a good name right there. Colin. I like that name. That's a good name. Colin Sexton in the 2031 second round pick to the Charlotte Hornets for Jusuf Nurkic. Nothing groundbreaking, but it just popped up. I thought, thought it could lead us right into what we were going to be discussing today.
I guess y'all can't hear the sound effects because that trade is...
I heard it. Do it again.
I didn't hear it.
Danny Ainge, what you doing over there, man?
Hey, Flea, next time you say breaking news, make sure it's breaking news. You could have just
My fault,
announced
y'all.
that. You didn't have to say breaking news. You could have just announced that.
My fault, y'all. You know,
Please.
My fault, gang. Horrible. The Jazz just horrendous behavior. Let's get right to it, man. Off season 2025 NBA off season is kicking off with I don't say a super bang. A lot of news going on here. Let's start off with the Toronto Raptors. They dismissed Masai Ujiri. He was the vice chairman and president of the Toronto Raptors, and you know him from the Denver Nuggets. He set up that squad before leaving and joining the Raptors. He was actually rumored to join the Knicks when they won the championship. So there's a lot of, New York relations there. Also, he helped facilitate the trade, right? He took RJ Barrett, IQ, and gave us OG Anunoby. Thank you, Sai. You made up for robbing us for Carmelo and all that. Appreciate that, man. Took our whole team. Kidding me?
I mean, he did the Kawhi trade too.
Exactly.
Did he deserve to get fired?
He did do the Kawhi trade.
The
last couple of years they haven't been a good team. They
Right.
haven't been winning. And I don't know if that's people look at it like underachieving. I don't even know if that's underachieving. I don't think they've had a good enough team to be good.
Well, I mean, for me, just to be brief, I think he overachieved what he did in Toronto, being able to get Kawhi over there and actually win a championship. Did he deserve to be fired? I mean, I have no problem with it. I think he don't have a problem with it as well. Maybe, overstayed his welcome. He was there a little too long. I think now there's a lot of teams that can definitely use a guy like that in the front office. But I think he did a hell of a job. When you bring a city a championship, that I'm being honest, nobody expected that move for Kawhi to go to the Toronto came out of nowhere. And for them to actually win and him be the sole reason behind that, I don't have nothing bad to say about him. I think it probably was a mutual agreement for them to let him go.
Also, Scotty Barnes, you not him. You talking mad shit to Quentin Grimes. I didn't forget. Said Quentin Grimes ain't him. He looking better than you, big dog. And you got your vice chairman and president fired. Shout out to Masai Ujiri. I forgot where he's from in Big Africa.
Can I say something?
How you take up two spots? He was the vice chairman and the president. I'm not only the client, I'm the player president.
Fire. I just want to know if I could remind Flea. Hopefully he could, remind me. Wasn't there someone that argued that Scotty Barnes was overrated?
I don't recall.
Yo, he's different, OG. He's different. That nigga, Fabian is different, man.
Oh, I think you're talking about Scotty Barnes. I'm about to say,
He's
all
different.
balls right. All balls right. Remember, I think me and Flea were arguing the talent. And it's like, and also what you said about Ant-Man before we move on. Because we ain't getting into no ring discussion yet, but it's the same deal with what your argument is coming to fruition, all ball. Scotty Barnes is not him, right? Ant-Man, we were arguing, could be the face of the league, but enough is enough. Stop saying he looks like Jordan, none of that. Jordan didn't have no problems being the face of the league. Same thing with Scotty Barnes. You the face of the franchise. Time to step up, bro. If you really want to be this guy, you just got this dude fired. They drafted you. So yeah, boy, kudos to you. As much as it kills me, pat on the back.
Yeah, for sure. Regular weed, for sure. Regular weed, for sure. Regular weed.
That's the stamp of approval. When Flea say regular weed, I have nothing. I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, definitely regular weed. At this point, we argued that he was talented, and I think all three of us know he's talented, right? Talented basketball player. But just in terms of, like we was talking about yesterday, the guys that's working hard, the guys that's putting in that pain, right? I don't know if he's graduated to that level yet. He cool, but I don't think he's him. Like he was talking to, as Fabian keeps alluding to when he was yapping at Grimes in that game in the Garden. So I don't know. We gonna see. That mixture over there is not. It's a little clunky. It's a little. How do you got to have a coaching masterclass on how to put together Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, RJ Barrett, Quentin Grimes. Like tell me how you putting that together and making that a well-oiled machine. That's tough.
No, hold on, real quick.
That's tough.
You talk about quickly. Quentin Grimes isn't in Toronto, right?
Oh, excuse me. Emmanuel Quickly. I apologize. Excuse me. Not Quentin Grimes. Emmanuel Quickly. Excuse me.
Brandon Ingram's another underachiever, to be honest.
I mean, that's tough. That's your full core. I mean, that's the 4 guys in your core.
Now, hold on. Can I ask y'all a question? You know, I just love to, you know, sometimes it's just good to talk basketball, right? Instead of the antics and the clicking and all that stuff. If you're Toronto, I like the notion of building around Barnes and Brandon Ingram if we're making Brandon Ingram the guy, the scorer. You build a franchise around him and you got Barnes that's kind of like, you know, I don't know if he shoots the 3 good, but he has the size and the height to be a defender and give you between 17 and 22 plus. And I think that combination, I like it if you build the right pieces around it. But you're completely correctly, that's too clunky with them 2 and Quickly and Barrett. I don't like that. But if you can find a way to build around Barnes and Brandon Ingram, I think that can do something.
Yeah, then they upgrading what you call this role, Grady Johnson. Like his role has been upgraded. And so, come on, man.
I like that audible. I like that audible.
Come on, man. Don't chill, baby. Like
the man's name is Grady Dick. Okay.
Listen, man. Grady Johnson has upgraded his role on that team. So that's what I'm saying. It just looks a little weird over there. They're gonna have to make some decisions over there because RJ Barrett, Brandon Ingram, Scotty Barnes, all guys that need the basketball in their hands, all guys that can create, right? That can make plays, but you can't stick any of them guys off the ball and have them moving off the basketball. Maybe Brandon Ingram can do that, but RJ Barrett's gonna struggle with that. He needs the basketball in his hands. So something's going to have to give over there. And Kendrick Perkins talking about they could be potentially a top 6 seed. They got to prove that to me first. I don't know about that. He got his panties in a bunch because Bill Simmons told him he was a nut for saying that. You are a nut for saying that.
Well, briefly on that, I think he got his panties in a bunch. He's like, bro, you are like he said, who died and made you the king of sports talk. When he has some of the worst takes ever. Also, I don't how eloquent. How old boy says, I don't care how eloquent you sound, bro. You say some dumb shit too. Dumb.
Yeah, it's a lot more to it. I'm just saying it seemed like it came to a head because Perk said that they was gonna be a 6 seed, and Simmons said some wild shit like he bugging for saying that.
Bill Simmons just said, "Oh, Minnesota get ready to say goodbye to Naz Reid." He just said that in March. And guess what? Minnesota re-signed him. Fuck you talking about? What you talking about, Bill Simmons? Minnesota Timberwolves signed Naz Reid, intends to sign a new 5-year, $125 million contract to stay with the franchise, including a player option. Sources tell ESPN, which is Shams. Critical agreement between the Wolves and Reid's agent, Sean Kennedy, and Jeff Schwartz of XL Sports. So Minnesota doing big things. Justin Edwards signed a new 3-year contract with after declining team option. 76ers and Clutch Sports, Rich Paul and Josh Hairston negotiated the deal for Edwards, who's averaging 10 points in 26 minutes last season. What else Shams got going on? In Houston, the Rockets intend to sign their free agents, Jashawn Tate, Aaron Holiday, and Jeff Green to new contracts and bring them all back for next season. Okay, Aaron Holiday is definitely related to Drew Holiday.
It's his brother.
No, because I keep doing racist shit and just making the Jaylin Williams brothers. I keep making
Aaron, Drew, and Justin.
There's 3 of them. That's ill.
Yeah.
And Miles Bridges and Mikal Bridges. I said they were brothers for years. People were like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, I don't know. I'm just making shit up.
Yes. You're making shit up.
Yeah, why not? If Bill Simmons and Kendrick could do it, I could do it too, man.
But
There goes Naz Reid.
hold on real quick before you skip to the Naz Reid. I would love to ask y'all, that's 25 a year. Do y'all think Naz Reid got lowballed or that was perfect for him?
I think getting 125 mil is great for him.
Okay.
For him, I think it's
Coming off
great.
the bench.
Yeah, but I think his role is gonna be advanced now. Like they're gonna ask more of him. I think there's gonna be some flirting on how can we move Gobert. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but how do we move Gobert and get Naz Reid in the starting lineup? They paid both of those two guys. Now I know I said in the chat what they gave Julius Randle is movable, right? That $33 million that he's making a year, $100 million. They can trade that at some point if they're not pleased with what he's doing in that first half of the season, first season, whatever it is. But I think they got a lot of faith in Naz Reid, and they want to elevate his role, especially just what he brings. He brings so much more than what Gobert can bring, especially with the versatility, being able to shoot the three ball, being able to guard multiple positions, being able to be out there, in late game situations, especially in the playoffs. Right, you can't play Gobert sometimes. We watching Naz Reid go out there and help defend against Joker last year in certain situations. So now I think Naz Reid has absolutely earned his money. All he's gotten is better and better. He's a sixth man of the year, right? So I think he's put in the work and absolutely deserves it. $25 million a year. That ain't nothing to sneeze at. Maybe he could have got more, but it would have been in a spot where he could flourish, right? Like I always say, all money ain't good money, right? You could get paid in that league. Everybody gets paid in the NBA, but there's certain situations where guys get paid and the situation is trash, and you're making a lot of money on a shit team, or you're making a lot of money and you're not in the right position to play at your highest potential. So I think that's perfect for him, in my opinion.
Number one, I hope you're listening, Kenny A. Gerald Green. Can't play Gobert sometimes, huh? Better than Mitchell Robinson. What they talking about? Number two, I think you're right, Flea. It's a great deal on both ends because I like Naz Reid, but I don't love him. I think he spreads the floor. I love him for what he is. I expect him to shoot threes. He's not a big rebounder. He's not a great defender, but they damn near 7 foot. Got better. They also got the Nickeil Alexander kid. He's a free agent. So, he kind of took a step back earlier in the year. I'm not sure if he was injured. Pretty sure trying to save up some money. We'll get to Julius Randle in a second. But the fact that he signed for $33 million a year, that's not bad either. And the Gobert trade, you gotta dump him. And before I forget, this seems very un-Timberwolves like. We're used to the Timberwolves making stupid moves, dumb moves, especially with, in the wake of the KG era. It's been a long, couple of decades since then, but they finally got a franchise player. And just to be able to lock in, do I expect Ant-Man to take less money now? Because I think Naz Reid, he had to have been able to get more on the market. I don't know if Hartenstein is worth that much more than Naz Reid on the market, but it doesn't make sense to me. So I think it's a good deal on both ends, especially back-to-back Western Conference Finals. He's a big piece of that. They need that connector though, or Ant-Man to step up in the mid-range. But I love it, like you said, for everything you guys talked about. I don't know if you guys to touch on the Naz Reid question that you even asked.
No. I mean, no. Y'all answered perfectly. I think he got lowballed. But I think it was for a reason. I think that leaves them room, to maybe make another move. Because they're right there, back-to-back Western Conference Finals, can't get over the hump. Because I definitely think he should got at least 30, 35 because of what the market is, right? But I think Ant-Man is going to have to take a very light pay cut also. Not like Naz Reid, but they're probably a piece or two away. You look at what OKC did. You look at what Indiana did. Like, you look at even our Knicks, teams that we're not as deep as Indiana or OKC, but these teams are OKC, Indiana is 9-10 deep. So I think Minnesota looked at that and is probably had a talk with the front office, and the front office is probably letting Naz Reid know and Ant-Man know, listen, y'all gonna have to take a light pay cut, because if we want to compete for a championship, we gonna have to add some pieces over here. We're not gonna be able to do that if we strap and give y'all all the money. So
Gobert making a lot of money.
Say it again.
I said Gobert making a lot of money right now.
Right, exactly, Flea. So yeah.
I got this just came to me. A funny trade. Would you trade Rudy Gobert and maybe Nikhil Alexander, if you have to, for a Jarrett Allen and Darius Garland? Reunite Donovan Mitchell with Gobert, and they can't get off of Darius Garland. But Minnesota's looking for a point guard, and Cleveland's looking to replace. I think there's some talks about getting rid of Jarrett Allen, because he's, at least, Gobert is what he is, but he's, he gets rebounds. Allen kind of softened in playoffs. And I know they're looking to get rid of the money, and I know you add money with Gobert, but you probably willing to take the money to make up for what you need in Cleveland. And if Minnesota wants to take another leap, I think they're looking for a point guard. He can shoot, he can drive to the basket. They have to I would think they would have to somehow look at someone like that to take, like Flea always talks about, you taking steps. How do you get past that Western Conference Finals? I don't know what y'all think about that.
That was a great point. I ain't even got to elaborate much on that. I totally agree with that. If I'm Minnesota, I'm definitely looking for a move like that. We tried it with Rudy Gobert, no knock to him, but we've been here for a couple of years, can't get over the hump. You have to make a change. And, Conley, as, professional as he is, listen, that style of play is not getting him. At this point, I think Conley would be a great backup point guard. They need a starting point guard. And I think that move that you just said, it sounds weird, but I think Jarrett Allen works better with Minnesota. And then I think Rudy Gobert would be perfect in Cleveland. I would love that move if I'm Minnesota. So I 100% agree.
I mean, I like Darius Garland as the guard next to Anthony Edwards. I like that a lot. It gives you a guy that you gotta pay attention to, right? They don't put too much attention on Mike Conley, right? And now you can't leave Garland, to double Anthony Edwards, because Garland will kill you. Garland will go for 35, 40, clip you, right? He's that talented of a guard and can score at all three levels. At his size is what kills me all the time, because he's not a super big guard, but can get to the rim, right? Scores in the mid range and can hit the three. So I like that next to Anthony Edwards. I think it helps them put them, that much closer to being in the finals. And if they get back a Jarrett Allen type of guy, who now you're not forced, to put Rudy Gobert in situations where you might have to take him off the court, things like that. He's not going to clog up too much of the paint as Gobert does with guys like a Julius Randle and a Naz Reid, that, allowing them to create a little bit more. So, I mean, I like it. I don't know if it's a possible deal, right, but if it's possible, I like it. I don't know if I like it too much for Cleveland, right? I still need to be able to have Donovan Mitchell mix it up, in the paint, be able to go downhill. And that puts them back together. I don't know. We already saw what that looked like, him and Gobert together. We know what that looks like already. I don't even know if they would really even explore that. Now that I'm thinking about it, that puts them back together. They peaked at one point. And Mitchell ain't even really want to be around that big nigga no more. So I don't know for Cleveland what that looks like, but definitely for Minnesota, a Garland type of guard is absolutely, I think, what could help them for sure.
Because I think something like, I always point to the OG trade, is just the fit. Mikal Bridges is worth 5 draft picks if you keep Dante, because of the fit. So for Cleveland, you might have to make it enticing off of Dante or Nikhil Alexander. Like, you got to make it enticing, because you're right. That might be a step back chemistry wise. You don't want to ruin the chemistry that they got, because they seem like they're having fun together. And also a big thing that Donovan Mitchell talked about with the coach was like, yo, Jarrett Allen and Mobley, they don't talk enough. They too soft. And that might be the same thing with Gobert again. So I don't think Donovan Mitchell, he might try to nix that shit. Like, nah, you think Allen is bad? That guy don't listen on defense. He don't listen to shit. He over there touching microphones and all that. Your man is bugging. But moving right along. Shams. That was a Naz Reid news. This one here, Chicago Bulls were trading Lonzo Ball to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Isaac Okoro. Speaking of the Cavaliers, what do you think about that?
I'm gonna be honest. There was some rumors, surrounding Garland. I think this right here solidifies it. I think, listen, as great of a season Cleveland had, and as good as Garland and Donovan Mitchell looks playing together, I'm gonna be honest. This is looking like they looking to get rid of Garland. But I like the move for Cleveland, to be honest, because Garland, guys is injury prone. It's a bigger guard. Like Flea alluded to this a while ago before everybody else started alluding to it. That's why I say AllBall TV. We say things, and then mysteriously people start talking about it weeks and months later. Flea was saying for our Knicks, he would love Lonzo Ball to be the backup point guard. But I like this move for Cleveland. Lonzo Ball is a big guard. He could defend 1 through 3. He's a passer. So Donovan Mitchell ain't got to worry about not getting the ball. Because Donovan Mitchell, listen, he's a scorer. He wants the ball. And he can defend. And he can rebound. In regards to Lonzo Ball. I like the move. Like I said, I think Lonzo Ball can help a lot of teams get over the hump. And I think this is a great move for Cleveland to get Lonzo Ball. And then now, you have where if something happens with Garland, whether he gets moved or whether he gets injured or whatever it is, they got a guy that can step right in, get other guys involved. And I think Lonzo Ball, my last point, this is great for Mobley. Because now he has a guy, because as much as I love Garland, he's a scoring point guard. He's not a pass-first point guard. So now you have a guard at that position that's willing to get people involved. So I think for Donovan Mitchell, this is going to step his game up tremendously. And I think Mobley is going to get much better with a guy like Lonzo Ball playing alongside of him. So I like this move for Cleveland. I like it a lot. It didn't cost him a lot.
What you thinking, Flea?
I was pissed when I saw the trade.
I know you was.
I was pissed when I saw it. I was like, because that's exactly, the type of move. If they took Okoro, if they took Isaac Okoro, they could have taken, I love you, but they could have taken Deuce McBride from us for Lonzo Ball. If that's what you was going to be able, if that's what y'all was taking from them, come and get, and I love Deuce, but if you get, I just like Lonzo, the fact that Lonzo is a bigger guard who can handle the basketball, who's a pass first guy, who can create, who can put you in a position where you can put out 3 guards, right? So now when he goes over to Cleveland, you might see Kenny Atkinson sometimes put out there him, Garland, and Donovan Mitchell on the floor at the same time. Now, we don't know how healthy Lonzo Ball is, right? He was getting back into shape. He was getting back into form at the end of last season, I think. It was trying to figure out, I guess he's just, still trying to figure out that knee situation. But prior to those Knicks and Knacks that happened in Chicago, they reminded us. We forgot. Chicago was a 1 seed at one point when they had it rolling with Lonzo, Levine, and DeMar DeRozan. They were a 1 seed before dude got hurt. So, he's very, very capable of being that guard that creates mismatch havocs for other guards, right? How do y'all defend him when he's out there and you got 2 dynamic other guards on the other wings on the side, right? So for me, I was pissed when I saw Cleveland picked him up. I like what you said about Mobley, putting him and Mobley in the pick and roll, putting Mobley in more positions to get easier buckets, right? Mobley's game is elevating, so now you want him to be able to get easy baskets, not to work too hard to get baskets. Lonzo's going to be able to help him do that. I like it. I like it a lot. And like I said, if anything, if he can give you anything on the defensive end, that's a plus. Like I like Okoro on the defensive end. He played defense, but Lonzo Ball, if he's at all, 80-90% of what he was prior to the injury, that's a great pickup for them.
I don't know if I would have liked the Knicks to get that, especially for Deuce McBride. And Lonzo's injuries are just it's tough. I can't think like it. I think Okoro is a decent to me average player, decent defender, but it's worth the trade for Cleveland. Like, all right, any upside we get from Lonzo, this is a tough defender, and neither one Garland or Donovan Mitchell can defend like Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball can D up if he's healthy. He's giving you that. And let's not forget Darius Garland. Bro, he's a scoring point guard, like you said, AllBall. He's also injured all the time. It's been the last 2 years. The other thing about fighting about the ring culture thing, the opposition to what I always talk about, winning rings. How about playing to get those rings? To play all that time going through June that many years, that is not easy on your body. So Darius Garland, are you ever going to be healthy enough to lead us into June, lead us in through May? Seems like they don't know. Lonzo Ball clearly has the same issue, but they're willing to take on that upside by trading, Okoro, who's a big kid. But I don't. Also, before I forget, the Bulls, as much as they had that number 1 seed and all that, Flea, they are garbage as an organization, the front office. Holy shit. How many you lost DeRozan, Levine, all this talent. Yeah, you got Giddey. Look how you lost Caruso. There's no draft picks coming back. At this point, I truly believe Billy Donovan is getting paid just to deal with all that bullshit. Because I don't think he's getting a fair deal. I think he can really coach. He somehow gets these teams to play competitive, even though I don't think these rosters really fit like that. You had Zach LaVine and DeRozan and trying to say it was a playoff team, and then you dupe Sacramento into somehow taking both of those guys. And like they didn't just see what happened. You know what I'm saying? So that organization, man, they remember the rumor was Billy Donovan had a secret deal under the table with them and was making more money until the Knicks went over there, started prying, and they had to give him an official deal. So that organization, man, and we know about terrible organizations, and I just recognize that with the Bulls. Is what's his name still there? The white dude that was with the Bulls, was it Paxson, GM?
Who, John Paxson?
Yeah.
Nah, it's not. He's not the GM no more. It's Arturis something. He's got a. I don't want to butcher the name, but it's another guy over there.
Who's that over there is doing a horrific job? Just say that.
That owner is horrible. That's just bottom line. That's still the Reinsdorf. I think they're getting ready to sell them or the Chicago White Sox. But they're just like, enough is enough, man. Like, we got to start holding these people accountable, running the organizations. We got rich motherfuckers around here. Steve Ballmer, them. The Lakers just got sold for $10 billion. Same owners from the Dodgers and all that, bro. That's Chicago, bro. As much as we the Mecca, you got ballers out there.
Did the Bulls move Vucevic yet? He's still over there?
I didn't see any news on Vucevic.
I don't know. All I know is
I take him for the cheap.
Kobe White, if you listening, get out of there.
Come on over.
Kobe White. Come right over to New York, brother.
Hold on. Look, Lamont, we might have to delete the last 5-minute rant I just had. The Chicago Bulls are a wonderful organization. All their deals seem to be immaculate. I think you should get in contact with Leon Rose for Kobe White. I think we can offer something very good for you. Thank you, AllBall, for reminding me of what a great organization the Chicago Bulls are. Speaking of which,
I'd love to have him.
Yeah.
I'd love to have him.
Kobe's tough, man, getting better every year. Sure. And I don't know about this organization, but I know about this kid. This kid is tough. Davion Mitchell, man. He restricted free agent Davion Mitchell intends to sign a 2-year, $24 million deal with the Miami Heat. Sources tell ESPN, which is you, Shams. Heat officials and Mitchell's agent Josh Burgard Bell of Wasserman negotiated the new fully guaranteed contract. And I'm going to spend a couple seconds on him, fellas, because Davion Mitchell starting to get better from three-point range and all that, Flea. We were waiting on this, man. He was drafted by Sacramento, traded to Toronto, now traded to the Heat. Kid, from the moment he stepped on that NBA floor, you could see the defense. He went to Baylor.
Won a national championship at Baylor.
Was it with not Brad Stevens?
No, that's Scott Drew.
Okay.
I think.
What you think of AllBall? Because that kid, you know, he's tough.
Love him, but he won't be there long because guys like Pat Riley is going to lowball him and they going to want to pay him. Like I said, that 2-year, $24 million lowballed him. Like I said, what the market is today, he's worth more than that. I love that, you know, he got his money, but he won't be there long. Somebody pay him what he's worth. And Pat Riley, once again, ducking no smoke. It's just season after season, year after year, day after day. It's just finding how many reasons to just jam up the Miami Heat. But the kid is tough. I think he's an asset to anybody. I would love to see him on a team that has an opportunity. I want to see him in the playoffs, guard the tough guards and making his mark. And, you know, I think he can be the difference for certain teams. But like I said, I don't think he's going to be in Miami long because Pat Riley don't like to pay nobody. So I'm not excited because Pat Riley is a piece of you know what to me. But big shout out to him.
Moving right along, Flea. The White Ray Allen, Sam Merrill intends to sign a 4-year, $38 million contract with the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs negotiated the new deal. 4 years, $38 million.
Oh, okay. My fault.
What did you think
of that? Sounded like 4 years, $380 million. Like,
nah, I blanked out for a second. That's why I had to ask my brother. What did you say? How much he ate? Okay.
The Cavs negotiated the new deal with Kieran Pillar and Mark Bertelstein of Priority Sports, a success story for the 60th pick in the 2020 draft. Whatever. The White Ray Allen is crazy.
God bless that young man for getting some life-changing money. Word.
I'll play some more shots, man.
I wanted to say something about Davion Mitchell real quick, Fabian.
Oh, my bad.
No. Because I didn't think we didn't need to spend too much time on it. I just wanted to say one quick tidbit about that kid. That deal, that 2-year, $12 million deal, right?
24 million, 2 years.
24 million, 24 million. So he's getting 12 a year, right? But that deal, man, I don't know. I don't feel like that's a lot of money, man. And again, that's another guy that needs to be on somebody's roster contending for a championship, man. Like that kid, like, great, you down in Miami, you know, you living out your dreams, shit like that, and you know, and your game is getting better and better, right? So I love the fact that he's getting better. I love the fact that he's getting rewarded for, you know, for his play. But man, what I love to see him, you know, just somewhere else, because we know Miami's not going to be good. They're not going to be good this year, and they're not going to be good next year. So that's 2 years. That's his deal right there. Does the deal kick in right now? What is he on? Is he an unrestricted free agent?
No, I think it said restricted.
I mean, so regardless of whatever, deal kicks in this year, so it's a 2-year deal, whatever. Those 2 years there, they ain't going to – are they going to be playoff team this year? Are they going to be in title contention? That type of player, that guy, I swear, somebody going to try to come get him. I hear what you're saying, OG. Somebody else is going to pay him. Yeah, but somebody else is going to come get him. They saw that deal right there. They was like, oh, that's perfect. That's what y'all signed him for? Perfect. We need to come get him. I don't know who that is, but that's another piece. You know, we are all three Knicks fans up here. That's another guy. Would have no issues with him coming off my bench. No issues. So, I don't know. I would like to see that kid somewhere else.
Yeah, like if Dallas...
I'm going to keep calling him the kid. That guy somewhere else.
Well, they're kids. I would love to see the Mavericks.
Doof.
That would be crazy.
I like that.
They got enough. Why we want to help teams that already got enough?
I'm just teams that are contending. Like Dallas, I mean, not the Denver should be looking at Davion Mitchell.
Bring him to us. We'd take him in New York.
I would.
I ain't helping Dallas. They just got the #1 draft pick, man. Fuck Dallas.
Well, the Los Angeles Clippers forward Nicolas Batum is declining his $4.9 million player option for 2025-2026 season to become a free agent. Sources tell ESPN, that's you, Shams. There's mutual interest between the NBA veteran and the Clippers in a new deal together. That's a guy I want the Knicks, man. I wanted him last year.
How old is Nick? How old is Nick Batum now?
Gotta be like 36.
Somewhere around there, right?
Yeah, Nicolas Batum. Why is it not coming up?
We could definitely use a Nick Batum off the bench. I'll tell you that much.
He was born in 88.
Guy who gonna defend, guy who gonna hit shots. Like,
yep.
These low maintenance, I talk about all these low maintenance guys that don't need too much, that's gonna come in with their hard hat and get to it. Yep. Right? That's another guy. Super low maintenance, a leader, right? He is a leader. He gives that, guys that have that aura when they out there, and it just feels like they lead just by example and not too much talking, but just leading by example. I feel like, Batum has always been that type of guy. He comes in the game, he helps to lead the team. He ain't doing too much chirping, but he's that type of player.
And you got to remember, guys like him, Davion Mitchell, just imagine them on our roster. It brings toughness. We have to be honest. Our Knicks, we don't have no toughness. Them guys are straight to business. They ain't playing no games. Hit big shots, defend, and he's long and big. Pause. We need that coming off the bench because we little. So, like I said, that Nick Batum is very interesting because, if he doesn't stay with the Clippers and he goes somewhere else, depending on where he goes, he's gonna make a difference.
And I think that's what I always talk about, like the intangibles when it comes to, a championship style player. No, it's not going to be an all NBA dude, face of the franchise, but that's going back to what you said, AllBall, about I want to see Davion Mitchell with a winning culture around him because he doesn't deserve to be in Miami where it's floundering and we don't know what's going on over there. I want to see this thing that we believe is championship level defense, put that shit to the test. Let's see if you pass this test. You've been passing the 81, game regular season game number 42. You got your Baylor chip. Okay, cool. Now we want to see that in the playoffs, second, third, finals round. We want to see greatness at its greatness.
Golden State run over there and go grab Davion Mitchell. Tight. He coming off the bench at Golden State, bro. I'm telling you, teams like that, who already got a guy like Gary Payton II. And now you got Davion Mitchell, two bloodhounds coming off the bench, just ready to get after it, right?
Crazy.
Garrett Temple intends
moving right along to the next one. To the next one. Big shout out to Garrett Temple. I'm glad that you still got a job. To the next one, bro.
1 year, $3.6 million deal to return to the Toronto Raptors. What's your beef with this guy, man?
It's just love, but
get that nigga off the screen, man. Talk about that nigga, man. Come on, man. Waste some time, bro.
What's my guy's name from the Commodores?
It's crazy. Garrett Temple. Big shout out to Garrett Temple. It's love.
What's the guy from the Commodores? Lionel Richie. Hey, Jaylin Williams signs a 3-year, $24 million contract extension with the franchise with OKC Thunder. He declined a $2.1 million team option and negotiated a new raise. So he's getting 3 years, $24 million. And he had a great speech the other day at the championship ceremony, whatever he was doing. He sounded like he's a natural media dude. If he keeps that up, I don't know if y'all got to see that, but it was dope.
Big shout out to him. I'm glad he got his money.
Word. Can we call him the fake Jaylin Williams, or we just call him Jaylin Williams or Flea?
Nah, he Jaylin Williams. He Jaylin Williams. How we gonna let a nigga earn his name? That's just so disrespectful. Nigga got his name already. His mama gave him his name. We gonna make sure that he earned his name. Terrible, but yeah, he Jaylin Williams.
Here we go. The king. He's back. He ain't playing with us. Yeah. LeBron Raymond James is opting into his $52.6 million player option for the 2025-2026 season. Clutch Sports CEO Rich Paul told ESPN, and get this, Rich Paul says LeBron knows the Lakers are building for the future, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. Oh boy, what do you feel about LeBron James signing up for $52 million and values winning it all, even though the Lakers are not winning it all anytime soon, apparently?
You got to see this nigga for another year. I mean, for me, it just goes to show you, he's just trying to rack up accolades and points that nobody gives two fucks about. If it ain't about winning the championship, what are you still playing for? So my thing is, what we gonna say now? He got 80,000 points. He's gonna have another year where he's an all-star, and like it's to the point now where it's like, yo, bro, man, sit down, man. I'm tired of seeing homie. I'm just being honest with y'all. Like, I told y'all this a couple years ago, and y'all laughed at me when it was Anthony Davis. Now it was Luka. He's never gonna give up the keys ever until he's done. I keep telling y'all that. And my thing is, I just want to think, how does this affect Luka? Because I gotta remember, Luka is an alpha. Has to have the ball in his hands, has to be the man. It's obvious them two doesn't work. Okay, it's cute, but they won one game in the first round. So for me, I would like to maybe he take less money to try to fill out that roster because they do need more pieces. I don't know how that's possible when you have LeBron and Luka at the same time. Pause. I don't know how much help you need when you have those two players, but for some reason, LeBron still needs all the help in the world. I digress. But this is just him playing. I think he's going to play 25 years. This is his 23rd. I think he's going to play 25. And I just think he's just playing now just to be able to say, I played the longest in the NBA ever. I don't think nobody's ever played 25 years. I don't think nobody's going to play 25 years at this level. He does play at a decent high level in the regular season. He does gas out later on in the playoffs. If he gets to the playoffs, that's another story. But just another year watching everybody glaze him. Another year him getting, like I said, another accolade, more points. And to the real basketball people, none of that shit matter. If he's not in the finals competing for a championship, I'm going to ask y'all this. And I want to hear the chat. I'm going to ask y'all this and I'm done because y'all know I'm not a fan of the guy. This is for Flea because he got a question for me, but I'm going to ask him a question first. A couple years ago, everybody was telling me LeBron's legacy is cement. It can't be hurt, can't nothing. If this year he loses in the first or the second round again, are we not going to look at him different or he could just do whatever and it doesn't matter? Nothing hurts his legacy.
So I be trying to understand when we talk this legacy stuff. Like, what does hurt your legacy mean? What does that mean? Like, when something hurts your legacy, what does it do to your legacy? Does it say you have what is it like? How do you? It's a certain degree of legacy. What does it do to your legacy?
So for me,
how can you tarnish a legacy? Help me understand, because I hear everybody throw this around, and I'm gonna be honest, it don't make sense to me.
All right, so for me, if he keeps for 4, 5, 6 years losing the first round, the play-ins, not making the playoffs, I think he's moving himself further and further away from the GOAT conversation. That's what I think.
Oh, so that's a different conversation.
But that's hurting your legacy.
But that's your legacy. His legacy don't have shit to do with whether you think he's the greatest basketball player of all time or not.
I disagree.
That's two different conversations for me. Your legacy and who you are as an individual basketball player has shit to you, and you attach him to being the greatest of all time because you don't like these other niggas that say it. You could just look at who he is as an individual basketball player and don't have shit to do with who's the greatest of all time. Completely different arguments for me.
Is that a pregnant pause?
No, I'm just.
I disagree with Flea. I know you didn't ask me all ball, but I disagree with Flea. Your legacy is respective to whoever you are. We talked about it yesterday, how Kobe Bryant really put himself, as much as the media did, but he took on and embraced the GOAT challenge. And
look
because
at his
of
last 4 years of his career. Look at the last 4 years. Kobe Bryant made the playoffs the last time in 2012. How many seasons did he play after that?
Right.
3, 4. What kind of hit is it on his legacy for what happened those last 4 years?
For me,
question.
For me,
what's the hit? What's the hit though? What's the hit?
That when people talk about the GOAT, his name doesn't even get mentioned unless you're a diehard Kobe fan. They just, like Shaq says it all the time, when people talk about the GOAT, they go Mike and then LeBron. And like Shaq say, how do y'all just leap right over Kobe? I think that played a part in it.
Okay, so then what type of hit does Mike's legacy take with the last 2 years in Washington? What hit does that take? What kind of hit does it take? Nothing?
No. People talk about that and it takes a hit.
You a liar. You a liar. You don't like to be called a liar. You lying now. You lying now.
No, hold on.
Michael Jordan's legacy takes a hit after those 2 seasons in Washington.
Hold on. Let me tell you this. Listen, I'm a hypocrite and a liar, and I don't mind being called either one. I don't mind it. Let me just explain that to y'all. I contradict myself. I'm a hypocrite. I'm an idiot, and I'm a liar, and I will gladly admit it. And I'm a sore loser. So don't ever lie to the people again and tell them that I don't like being called a liar. But you are lying. People bring up Michael Jordan's Washington years. That's the conversation they bring up. That's the only conversation they can bring up when it comes to the GOAT debate. Now, it may not take a hit from him, sneaker selling wise and other things, but people do bring it up. People bring it up. And I'm just saying, with LeBron James, are we going to bring up his last 5, 6, 7 years with the Lakers when they were terrible? When he had, now, did Michael Jordan with the Wizards have Anthony Davis and Luka Doncic? Did Kobe Bryant in his last 3, 4 years have an Anthony Davis and a Luka Doncic?
I'm gonna be honest. If conversations need to happen about LeBron in these last couple years, if you're saying everybody, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel like everybody talks about the last couple of years of Kobe's career. Everybody doesn't talk about the last couple of years of Jordan's career. So if they do, then yeah, we need to be fair and have the conversation about LeBron's last couple of years. But I'm gonna be honest. My ears, my eyes, I don't see that shit. Nah, I don't see it too often. Niggas ain't as loud as they are about this nigga's legacy as these other two niggas. And Bean is my guy, y'all know that. But they don't kill him enough for those last couple of years in the NBA where it was shit. The Lakers was shit. So I don't know.
And I think it adds to his legacy no matter what, especially if he plays to this level. Because the fact that he's a top 10 NBA player in a lot of people's minds, he got MVP votes, All NBA first team, if I'm not mistaken, or second team, that adds to his legacy, bro. The first and second round thing is for me personally, there's not a championship team. He's a number 2. I've been saying he's a number 3 option. So there's what hurts his legacy more than anything is the fact that you're handcuffing the organization once again. That's the problem. How are you a third option with $52 million? You're bugging. You're not serious about winning. That's exactly.
If he's serious about winning, he opted in. Trade him.
That's the plan.
If you're looking forward to his future, trade him. If Rob Pelinka called us right now, OG, and said, "I'll give you LeBron," nigga asked me his question. Now he can't look me eye to eye and ask me my question.
Come on.
Rob Pelinka called us right now and said, "We'll trade you LeBron James, I don't know, Dalton Connect, and his son, and Bronny. And we want Bridges, Hart, and Robinson. Are you doing that deal?"
Capital in, Capital, no. And give me 10 seconds to explain why. You couldn't win with Anthony Davis. You couldn't win with Luka Doncic. Now you're going to win with Cat? I think Anthony Davis and Luka's better than Cat.
Ask your question. Just ask.
No.
Okay.
No.
Just ask you.
No.
Okay.
No.
I just asked you. Fabian?
I'm not even thinking about that. Flat. Hell no.
Fabian?
And fuck LeBron, man. Enough is enough with this shit, man. You come over. What's he gonna do? He's gonna come here and play games.
I just asked. I'm not advocating for the deal. I just asked if y'all would do it.
Hey, Fabian, he knows our triggers, Fabian. He know what he doing. He knows our triggers.
Listen, it's y'all really. It's. I told you, Flea. I love Jay-Z, but y'all fans make me not like him. I don't like y'all. I ain't saying you a LeBron fan, but it's y'all LeBron fans that be pissing me off. What you mean? He comes to New York and do what? We already got this boat rocking. We don't need you. We proved that already. Your punk ass friend left Leon Rose's family and all that. Go stay in LA, man. Go enjoy that $10 billion. He's a liar, a flip flopper. He's worse than AllBall. This guy, you talk about a hypocrite. He's the biggest of them all. Look, listen, he's terrible. Yo, Flea. These are the things that hurt his legacy. See what you said? That's why I didn't like what you said, Flea. That's why what I didn't like about what you said. Yes, these things can hurt your legacy when it comes to GOAT because now you're in that realm. Everybody don't get to be at this table, as Charles Barkley was talking about. And certain things people use as a criteria to remove you from the table. It calls security like, oh, we got the wrong guy over here. He trying to get some cornbread.
Listen, if we did an inventory of all the niggas that are in the GOAT conversation, there'll be a lot of things that would keep niggas out of it, that would reassess, that would realign, and all that type of shit. If we had a real conversation and took real inventory of all of these niggas that everybody loves and adores. So I get what you're saying, right? Certain shit is going to hit LeBron's legacy and all that, whatever. But we got to be fair across the board. Like I said, we had a long discussion about Kobe Bryant yesterday, applauding him and lauding him. But we could have a long conversation about a lot of shit things he did throughout his entire career that could hurt his legacy, right? That we love Michael Jordan, absolutely adore Michael Jordan, right? There's a lot of shitty things Michael Jordan did throughout his career that could be like, I don't know, right? So what I'm just saying is, across the board, if we're going to keep talking about legacy this, legacy that, about what's happening in real time, like a lot of things that happened back then, we overlook now because it's just happening right now. The conversation is right now, and LeBron James is the guy to talk about. So cool. But for me, I'm always about, just be fair. Be fair. We could do it to LeBron. Cool. I'm with it. But them niggas is not untouchable. Them niggas is not like gods. And this nigga is trying to like still creep up to the God level. Nah, he's up there on the God level, but it's just right now, it's right in our face, and we gotta discuss it.
Well, the one thing about ring culture that I came to the conclusion, shout out to Fish when he called me the other day, and I want to emphasize this, right? The ring culture thing did change with LeBron. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, right? You try to change a narrative. You took the ring narrative and try to manufacture it. You tried to manufacture rings. You were led GM. Nobody played general manager until you. Bottom line. And this is a part of your legacy. You try to cheat the game, try to be a player in the front office, and this is a part of it. You're taking $52 million now because now you're saying rings don't matter. When 10, 15 years ago, they did matter because not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. You counted to 7 to 8 because it was past Mike's rings. Stop playing these games. You're trying to control this shit, and it's because of social media. So, again, your legacy, all this stuff will hurt your legacy. Yeah, we got to be fair, especially about the things that you can control. And Kobe tried to play general manager when he tried to force trades, got Shaq traded, okay? Yes, but the fact of the matter is, for whatever reason, the gods bless us in so many ways. And LeBron was blessed in a lot of ways that he chooses to just be clumsy about. And that stuff gets in the way of your teams. How many teams are you going to be on that everybody's wondering, are you going to be here or not? That's not a team, bro. You don't want to. If I got to wonder if he's going to be here tomorrow, that's not a show anymore. It's a different show. That shit is anxiety. You're supposed to be the leader. And he really does lack. As much as he shows that he has it, you lack leadership, bro.
Don't put that smut in my name. Like, don't put that smut on my name.
If AllBall was gonna come on the TV on the show tomorrow, this would be a whole nother show. We taking the logo off, so it's just different. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know. I'm talking.
like
fucking with you.
I like that word you use. LeBron put smut on his own name. That's the crazy part. Every day it feels like yo, shut up. But I know I don't want you here in New York because it will get worse. He don't want no parts of New York, man. He doesn't. I don't care what secret society he got with his phone, and
he don't.
We will tear you up, LeBron. You do not want any parts of us.
To answer my own question, I would do it, but he don't want no parts of that. I would. Those three names, yes, I would.
So I mean,
those three names: Bridges, Hart, Robinson. I would. Sorry. I would.
Bro, you played basketball, right? You played basketball. You telling me you rocking with these dudes on your team that you love to go to the gym and play, like you're in your mind, you tying your laces different. I'm playing with my dudes today. You telling me if bougie LeBron walked, if you found out he was on your team, you telling me you're looking forward to going to the gym every day?
I don't know. You asking me.
Yeah, duck that quick. Yeah, go ahead, Duck.
But real quick.
Duck that. I didn't duck it. I don't care.
Real quick, Flea, all jokes aside, right? Serious question. Do you think, all right, let's say we do that trade.
Yeah.
Because remember, I got to be fair. When LeBron was in his prime, wherever he went, it was guaranteed a championship or a trip to the finals. As much as I'm not a fan, it was times where wherever he went, that was guaranteed. That great, right? We know he's 40, about to be 40 plus. But a move like that to the Knicks, does that guarantee us a championship, in your opinion?
I don't know if it guarantees us a championship.
No. I just stay there. No, because I want you to finish. Okay. If you don't know that it guarantees us a championship, you shouldn't do the move.
That's probably fair. But I don't. Here's the other thing. I don't see another move. If we entertaining this, right? And this is all like everybody. This is all like speculation. We ain't leaning into this. This is not what we want as Knicks rehab guys. This is not what we want. We just leaning into this right now. But like if it was to happen, I only brought those three guys up, and like I told you, OG, this is coming from a couple of my guys that really love fucking with you and Fabian and all that. So they love y'all. But for real, like it's like if these are the guys that we question, just hear me out for a second. If Hart sputtered in the Indiana series, and this is the guy that you said was exposed, a lot of our Knicks rehab faithful kill me for being a Josh Hart guy. Everybody said we could do without Josh Hart. Okay. All season long, 82 games. After every game on Knicks rehab, we talked about the inconsistencies of Mikal Bridges. So that's two guys right there. Then the other guy, we have no clue if he's ever going to show up or not. And when he does show up, he's amazing for us. But he shows up in spots for the last 3 seasons, and that's Mitchell Robinson. So again, off just talking about, just asking, it sounds crazy to ask, but if we break it down, I'm just saying, just take a look at it before we like, oh, fuck LeBron, I don't want LeBron here, right. Okay, would you do the same deal for Kevin Durant?
No, I think, so just real quick.
Would you do the same deal? You know what I'm saying? You said you want a superstar.
No, hold on.
You do the deal for Giannis.
No, hold on, Flea.
Would you do the deal for some other guy? Like, so I'm asking.
Hold on. So the LeBron thing, the reason why I'm not doing it, we watched him with Westbrook and Anthony Davis. It didn't work. We watched him with Anthony Davis and a plethora of players. It didn't work. We watch him now with Luka Doncic. It didn't work. And now he's older. This is not 5 to 6, 7 years ago LeBron. So for me, that's why I'm not doing it. Because we all know, you know the game. We all know the game. But I told you, your basketball mind is a little different. I'm saying with you, if we can't just guarantee it. Remember, LeBron James at one time, you could guarantee it. Put it in the bank. Oh, no, they're going to the finals. If we got to say, I don't know, and think about it, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. We a piece or two away, and I think LeBron James is not that piece or two away. Kevin Durant, that's way too much for Kevin Durant. Like y'all said, he's very injury prone. Now, a Giannis who's younger, who's hungrier, to me, that's a different conversation. But the LeBron, I'm not doing it because, once again, you can't do it with Luka. And people who say Luka's the best player in the league, if you can't make it work with Luka and get out the first round and win one game, not even be competitive, nah, you're going to come over here and it's going to be a disaster. So for me, it's a no for those reasons.
I could respect that, though. I could. I'm not an advocate of it. I said I would do it. If it was on the table, I would do it. But I'm not pushing for that. Like, yo, we need to go do this because that's what's going to put us where we need to be. No. Small pieces, like I said, different things, bolstering the bench. Y'all know how I feel about what we need to do with the Knicks. Like, so LeBron ain't the answer. But if that deal is on the table, I'm telling y'all I would do it.
Perry Mason Flea be killing me. He come in here like, I'm not an advocate of it. You using these big words, these triple syllables. Doing out here. I'm also real quick before we move on. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's triple.
In real time, I counted the syllables too, Flea.
I know you asshole.
Yo, honestly, I was hoping it was triple syllables because
Nah, you was right.
I didn't even know. I just said it. But the reason why Giannis was supersedes, like my thing with having lack of depth is what I always told Dom. Shout out to Dom Dropper. We love rooting for Brunson, even when we fight over whether he's hogging the ball too much or whatever. Even though we fight over Josh Hart, he's playing too many. We love rooting for them though, because they want to play, they care. You know what I'm saying? Like Cat sometimes, that's why I don't like about the lackadaisical stuff. The T-Mac conversation from yesterday, Tatum and Paul George to me sometimes is like, bro, do you realize who you are? Are you letting go of this responsibility that you have to care on the court? Because you are putting the show on at the same time. Giannis' game isn't superstar stuff where it's going to be a highlight reel in terms of, there's no flashiness, not super skilled, but he cares so much in his passion. We're going to sit on our couch every day and root for a loss through a loss because, bro, he brings the same energy that we have. He's a fan of the game and he acts like it. So that's the one thing about for Giannis that supersedes all that. And that's the thing about LeBron that sometimes I question. I'm like, bro, are you really a fan or are you just trying to be a Hollywood star? That's really what it is to me. Like, are you just trying to be a diva? Like, what you doing, man? You always crying and here comes the next tweet. Shut up, man. Yeah, you bringing Brawny over here too, Flea?
I said he was part of the deal.
Oh my God!
Part of the deal. He was part of the deal. I didn't put the deal together. I had to relay this. I'm not taking credit for this.
Can I say something 10 seconds before we move on? Just real quick, with this situation, the Lakers are just as much to blame for this mess. They just sold the team. Remember, you need somebody to fill the seats up. So I don't blame LeBron for taking the money, but the Lakers are a shit show in a mess. And I don't know what's going on over there. And if I'm Luka and his representatives, I'm contemplating re-signing and staying here for the next 5 to 10 plus years. I really am, because are we playing for championships or are we playing for the front and the back page and for social media? Like I said, the Lakers are just to blame as everybody else. The organization, like how y'all said with the Chicago Bulls, right now, and I said this a couple years ago, and everybody laughed at me when I said Jeannie Buss needs to fire herself. The way the Lakers are being ran is terrible. It's not about championships. It's not. It's about social media and being out there. And now that they sold that team, you got to put butts in the seats. So what do? We signed the biggest star. Listen, man, it's terrible over there.
The Lakers is a global brand. Them asses is going to be in them seats. And I think no matter what, we talk about the Knicks and how much of a laughing stock we was, and we sold out 19,000 no matter what. That Staples Center is going to be.
Flea, if LeBron James was a free agent and left, and there's no LeBron James on the Lakers, are you telling me they are just as relevant as if the Knicks didn't have Cat, or if we was terrible?
Yeah, for sure. They got Luke over there. Yeah.
I disagree. Okay. Okay. I respectfully disagree. Okay. That could be another conversation, but I disagree.
Yeah, for sure.
I disagree.
For sure.
Yeah.
They was talking about the Lakers when they was losing 20, when they was winning 22 games. Like I just feel like that global brand, it's a different, like they could be trash and still they didn't talk about the Knicks when we were trash. Didn't even talk about us. Not absolutely irrelevant. It's LA. They're gonna talk about them no matter what.
That's a really great point. And I was going with AllBall's side because the Knicks was still at one point the most valuable franchise in the NBA when we sucked. But the counter to that is the ecosystem that is the Lakers, where the ESPN, the YouTube world, everybody's talking about the Lakers for a reason. The Cowboys, they're synonymous. I don't know how to go with that. Who's more relevant? Is it who gets the most ad clicks or who's more valuable?
The Lakers,
I don't know which one is the trick.
We are rabid fans. The Lakers are not. Listen, I'm not saying that they won't be talked about, but those seats won't fill up like Dallas Cowboy fans will fill up Dallas if the Dallas Cowboys are terrible. If LeBron is not with the Lakers, that's why they have to sign him. Until they figure this thing out, LeBron can play for 30 years because the Lakers know once we lose him, we are doomed.
Oh, I disagree with that.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
I totally disagree with that.
Yes, I disagree with that.
And also, I want, like, now that because we were talking about the T-Mac thing when I said yesterday, would you have been in there telling Shaq it's either me or him? Is it time for Luka to say, yo, it's either me or him? He ain't passing the keys over here. Why is, like, he gonna get $52 million for what? If we could trade him for a piece that could give us closer to a championship, and I can really get the bad Luka campaign, that was the genius strategy by Nike. Like, they got Nike, Jordan involved, got the Lakers involved. In order to get to the next level, this guy might be in your way. Real quick, do you feel like Luka, yo, if you really Mamba for real, you get LeBron up out of there?
I don't think he like that.
Yeah, he ain't built like that, but
I don't think he like that.
That's what he needs to say. No, he's not. But Flea, think about this. If you're Luka, right? Listen, and I really think LeBron gonna play. I think the mark is 25 years. 25, right? It's like if I can play 23, why not 25? You know, for some reason, 25 is a good number. You telling me for the next 3 years, I gotta play alongside LeBron James, miss the playoffs, lose in the first round. Bruh, you wasted Luka years over there. That's 3 years that's just gonna go down the drain. That's my
opinion. Out of there. Yo, Flea, he's gone.
Fabian, where's the All-Star game at this year? In LA, right?
The Super Bowl in LA too, right?
Is it in LA? Just clarify this for me, because I want to make a point real quick, but I want to see where
LA.
I feel like LeBron, before the season starts, LeBron is going to announce this is his last year. That's how I feel. I feel like there's going to be an announcement before this season starts, and that's going to create the circus that this is the last year. Year 23, final All-Star game in LA. Like, I absolutely think this is the last year for him at some point, and it's going to be right before, you know, the season starts. It may be a tweet, it may be a little mind the game conversation. Somebody might get an exclusive interview. Some funny shit is going to happen right before the season starts, and this whole season is going to be a spectacle about him being his final season. I like the 25 years. I like that idea, but I just think year 23, the number 23, all of that shit that comes with that, like, I think he try to pull some shit off like that. Make this entire season about him.
The Super Bowl is in Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. I think that's the Bay. But what's stopping him from showing up at the Super Bowl? Jay-Z's performing at the halftime performance. That's his man.
Like,
what's stopping LeBron? He's always at the Super Bowl, as a matter of fact. What's stopping him from having a farewell tour hats from Nike, rocking that at the Super Bowl? Like, I forgot, because you made that point last year. That is the trump card. You want to trade me? You sure about that? You don't want my farewell tour? Okay, I'm gonna take that to New York. Okay, I'm gonna take it to, what's the next big, Boston. Just teasing it. whatever it is. So, damn. And he just did say I seen he was sitting down with Kevin Love and LeBron. They heard LeBron in the background say, "Yeah, my wife told me I got to be retired within a year or two, man."
And said I got to
retire.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
That's how I see it. I see it going down like that. Like this season, there ain't no real clear-cut favorite this year, right? I maybe OKC, right? But I don't see any other team that they calling out that's going to be a favorite. The NBA season might be a little lackluster with so many injuries, right? Who's going to, be the exciting? What's going to be exciting about next season? Yeah, this nigga retiring. So
I even found it weird that Adam Schefter reported he knows the Lakers are building for the future. He understands that, but he values realistic chance of winning it all. We are very appreciative of the partnership we've had for 8 years with Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka, and consider the Lakers as a critical part of his career. That's what Rich Paul told Adam Schefter. Why is he telling Adam Schefter that? That's funny. And he specifically talked about the previous owners and the partners and all that. That's suspicious. I think he's out of there, man.
That's what I'm saying. Could easily get asked for a trade. Easily. And if he asked for a trade, why wouldn't you want it? Let him go somewhere else?
The Lakers do have some issues on their hands. They got a defender we could go after. Dorian Finney-Smith is declining his $15 million player option for the 2025-2026 season and will enter free agency. Real quick, fellas, what you think about that?
That's definitely another good player that can help a team out. Like I said, a player like that, those are moves that, teams look for to get to that next level. A la the Knicks, a team like Denver. Sure. I guys like that is what the league is today. Guys between 6'7" and 6'10" could guard 3-4 positions, knock down a three. To me, and that's my point is with LeBron re-signing, the Lakers right now, remember, we didn't even put up Austin Reeves declined his contract as well. Listen, guys want to get paid. And what the market is today, we see guys getting 30, 40 plus million that I'm not going to say they're not that good because they're in the NBA, but come on, man. So, it's no more about, remember, the Lakers ain't playing for championships. What am I going to sit there and take a pay cut for? So I think this is a time where good teams could steal some real good players and really make a push. But a guy like that is very valuable to a team that's trying to get over the hump. I would love to see him with our Knicks, or I would love to see him in Denver. Teams that's right there that needs to get over the hump.
What you thinking, Flea?
I like him. Good player. Good role player. Obviously, improved shooter. Definitely plays well on the defensive end. Versatile defender. That's what you need, right? Long wings, paws, guys that could guard multiple positions. Like, that's what the league is right now. So I like that Dodo, could still stick around and be a valuable piece to a team. For us, again, always thinking about trying to upgrade our bench, upgrade guys, bodies that you could throw out there and really, be able to defend. So I think it'd be a good look for us. Or like he said, for Denver, or teams out there that are looking, to this right there at the cusp. Another team I mentioned, Golden State, another team that's looking for long wings that could come out there and defend and hit open shots because you're gonna get open. So I like him. I'm glad he still understands that there's a market out there for him, and
right.
One of these teams. One of these good teams pick him up, and he'd be ready to go, help them win. So I like that for him.
Yeah, man. And we had a NBA player in the playoffs. He's in talks with the feds. Michael Beasley. Michael Beasley's being investigated.
Malik
Beasley. Let me get his name straight, because the district attorney's office definitely got Malik Beasley's name straight in them papers.
Yo, what was we calling him during the season, during playoffs? Mid Beasley,
mid league Beasley.
The parlay king
he
and
good, but he was talking too much shit, man. We had to roast him.
He was popping too much shit, man. And he's a good player too.
Apparently, he was popping too many parlays. The district attorney's office is investigating Detroit Pistons guard Malik Beasley on allegations of gambling related to the NBA games and prop bets. An investigation is not a charge, Beasley's attorney said. Steve Haney told ESPN Malik is afforded the same right of the presumption of innocence as anyone else under the U.S. Constitution. Listen, man, I don't believe none of them, but good luck to y'all. Shams also said Beasley and the Pistons were in serious talks on a new 3-year, $42 million contract to bring the free agent sharpshooter back to Detroit, but now talks are on pause, the sources said.
Fucked your bag up, Goofy.
Yeah, I just real quick. Y'all better chill with them with the parlays and all that, man.
Shit is dumb. Shit is dumb.
Just stay off the gambling thing. I know you're trying to triple you got a 12-leg parlay on your $42 million contract. What are y'all doing? Leave it alone. They had, I forgot which school it was. They had a whole bunch of kids parlaying with their mom's cell phone and everything. It's bananas. Good luck to you, Malik Beasley. You got jokes and all that, but you're never guilty until proven innocent on this side. So, plus we all but he might have some problems, man. Go to Gambling Anonymous or some shit like that. I don't know.
Bro, y'all niggas is multi-millionaires, man. I don't feel sorry for none of you niggas, man. I'm sorry. Fabian gave y'all love. I'm not. I don't feel sorry for none of you multi-millionaire niggas that decide to do that dumb shit when y'all are already up. Generational wealth, be able to take care of your son's son. And you dickheads is out here parlaying. I don't feel bad for none of you niggas that get caught with that shit. You niggas is dumb. Stop doing it. It's not worth it, clearly. Because now you're going to fuck up the regular bag because you're trying to triple it by doing some goofy shit. It's dumb.
Idiots. That's all I got to say.
Shams Charania. He reported that Julius Randle intends to sign a new 3-year, $100 million deal with the Minnesota Timberwolves. The deal includes a player option for the 2027-2028 season, which is 2 seasons from now. Julius Randle, 3 years, $100 million with the Minnesota Timberwolves, y'all. And last season, if I'm not mistaken, he was up. It was like a $35 million a year he was going, supposed to be up against with the Knicks. And they were so far apart on contract negotiations, apparently. What's your reaction real quick, AllBall?
I mean, nothing crazy. He was over there with us with the Knicks, man. Did great with us. I'm just happy that he's getting paid. Good player. Went to the Western Conference Finals. I think Fleet alluded to this earlier. Maybe you did as well. I think a very movable contract. I don't think his style of play fits well over there. So I'm just trying to see what's going to happen next with Minnesota. Like I said, I think Minnesota is right there. I don't know if Julius Randle is the guy, but very friendly contract. And I'm just happy that, he's getting paid because that young man came a long way. Developed this game into an all-star or all-NBA player when he was with the Knicks. So as much as I wasn't a fan of him, I'm just happy to see that, people see the value in him and he's getting some money. But I didn't like him in Minnesota in the first place. Like I said, he needs the ball in his hands. And a guy like Ant-Man, we know is a superstar and definitely need the ball in his hands. So for me, I'm just looking forward to see what's going to happen with Julius Randle and the Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't think he has a future there. I think they will move him eventually.
What you thinking, Flea?
Yeah, I don't think Minnesota's married to him. I think that's a cool deal. It's a deal that he earned. I thought he played really well for them last year, considering just coming in off that trade and kind of unsure what that was going to look like. They were able to mirror exactly what they did the year prior with swapping him out for Cat. So there was no drop off really in terms of team success, but just in terms of like who he is as a player, I personally think he would fit somewhere different. Naz Reid getting that money, I like I said before, I think it elevates his role, and it kind of elevates his role for me above Gobert and Julius Randle. I think Naz Reid is about to like kind of come into his own and kind of not be that 6th man of the year guy anymore. He's going to be a guy that they rely on, and so they got him a little cheaper, and so now maybe you move Julius for some other pieces that help you get to where you need to be. So, I know those deals, you can't move a guy till December 15th, if I'm not mistaken, after they sign. Yeah, after they sign.
It depends on the deal.
Something
Usually
like that.
It's like 3 different weeks. The first wave is this, December, then January, and February.
Right. So again, I mean, he's a good player. Could fit in a few different spots. I just think what they need over there, he could probably get them back what they need and help them get to the next level. But I just don't think that they're married to Julius.
Okay. I do think he fits in Minnesota. Then they got to space the floor more and get rid of Gobert, because that shit is tough for him to play, even though he did play Mitchell Robinson. But, I mean, he reached the Western Conference Finals, so you can't say it's a downgrade in terms of team accolade, but they need some more shooters. You need some more shooters out there. I think they have the same similar issues that we have. Make it even for Ant-Man. I think Flea is back. Speaking of Minnesota, he ain't playing no games. Timberwolves, former Timberwolf, Kevin Garnett had enough of y'all shenanigans about the current state of the NBA's load management, their training, all kind of stuff, comparing this era to the previous era. He wasn't playing with nobody, man.
Some of the trainers were talking about the lack of calf raises for some of the players to end their workout. Bro, we used to end a workout, especially on a leg day, calf raises. This is how I'm speeding up. This is how I'm stopping. This is my whole wiggle. If your calves ain't here, and on top of whenever I go to finish, I got to be athletic enough to finish, right? Bro, when you start breaking that down, like this is what Ticket talk about, that they out of shape. We practiced every day. We went up and down every day. Like a game. Like a game. So we 5-on-5 pretty much the whole season. With drills. With drills. And so now they come in and they doing a lot of individual work. With a trainer. So a lot of our shit was game speed. Right. With a trainer. And then in the summer.
At half speed.
Right.
For 30 minutes.
Right.
And then they're going to go play a 2-hour fucking game and think they're going to play.
In the summer, we played ball.
Ball.
Like, we played 5-on-5.
For 7 hours.
In the summer, they individual work every day.
For 30 minutes. With one trainer.
Yeah.
And think that's going to be the same shit. Like, what are we talking about here? Bro, motherfucker do a whole workout an hour by himself. I come in here, it's 5 niggas in one workout doing 30 minutes. Bro, this is not the same shit, bro.
No.
Then he gonna go run Red Mountain and try to kill himself.
Yeah, that's why I wanted
Come on,
to bring
man.
up. Ticket, you had a pretty, memorable.
I got to guard a Tracy McGrady. I got to guard a real nigga in fourth quarter, and I'm tired of my legs done. How do I simulate that? I got to go play against people like this, and then I got to take my body and try to kill it. Because when you listen, I'm gonna tell you something. This what them motherfuckers don't tell you about game 4 or game 5 or game 7. When you in mud and they come down to LO and they call in a triangle, you got to stop LO from get Lloyd, and I'm stuck in mud and my legs ain't even. And then you know what I'm saying? Like, and then I get to the huddle and 3-4 niggas is falling out. Motherfuckers don't want to play no more. Like, bro, you can't simulate this. This is the foxhole you in. So you try to put yourself in simulate. He would go to what's the dunes you go to?
Oh yeah, the dunes over there in Manhattan Beach.
I'm going to the opposite dune where it look like a whole mountain. Yeah. He doing that when I'm doing this one. We both talking shit about what it take to get to the top. He talking about how he threw up. I talking about how I threw up coming down. He threw up on the way up. Like, Lord, who training like this? And why y'all training like that? Guess what? We get to the fourth quarter, we looking fresh. We dapping. Yeah, nigga, you remember that?
Right.
Yo, what you nigga, let's get him in. Like, yo, talking about, you feel what I'm saying? So that's what we doing.
Lord, AllBall. Listen, KG started off shaky with trying to defend this era. Lord, I love when he says that. That shit is hilarious. And, respect.
You understand. You understand. You understand.
We've been saying, we've been preaching this. These young pups. doubting the old school, running up the damn stadium stairs. What happened to that? To the Rocky shit, AllBall. You hear KG's passionate about off the court, prepping for games, playoff games, huh?
Big shout out to Kevin Garnett. I said it a while ago. His platform started off a little shaky. Him and Paul Pierce got much better. I think for me, when it comes to watching former players talk the game, for me, they're at the top of my list. That's for me. I love everybody else's platform for different reasons, whether it's funny, story, whatever it is. But to me, I love to hear Kevin Garnett talk basketball. I think he's the best at it. They need to figure out a way to get him more exposure. Maybe he doesn't care about more exposure, but he's moving the right way. I'm the big ticket. I am the man. I'm already rich. I ain't got to do the clown shit all you niggas is doing. It don't make no sense. Talk the game. So for me, he's the best at it. But that being said, Jay Will, all you idiots. Y'all heard what Kevin Garnett said, right? That's the reason for all of these injuries. You niggas don't work out. I just seen one of the guards from San Antonio Spurs. Y'all heard what he said? Throughout the whole year, I don't think they practiced 8 times. Yeah, I'll find it for you. Paul George let the cat out the bag a couple years ago. We don't practice. These dudes are not working out. They not in the gym. They not lifting weights. And Flea, you played at a certain level. So you can attest to what Kevin Garnett is saying. Bro, you telling me one-on-one workouts is similar to me playing 5-on-5 at a certain speed?
Absolutely not.
Right.
You just can't. You can't simulate it. Individual workouts is way different than getting up and down. Like it's just different.
And then Flea, think about it. You are guarding and running up and down and chasing the greatest athletes in the world. For one, you at a size and a weight that you shouldn't even be able to do this. How LeBron moves, you should be able to move like that at that height and at that size. So why are you not training right? Think about back in the days, you watch the teams play and practice full court. Bro, and then think about the summertime. These niggas is not practicing in the summer. They in Paris doing runways. Kevin Garnett broke it down. I don't even have much to say. I can listen to what he just said over and over and over again. He is 100% correct. Look at a guy like Russell Westbrook. He plays at 100 every game. You know why he doesn't get injured? Because he's training correctly. He's in the gym. He's hitting the weights. He's doing the right things. Listen, man, these guys, this is going to continue to happen unless they practice and train the right way. When you go back to where Mike and them, and even going up to a certain era, those guys hit the gym, hit the weights, and when they practice, it was 5-on-5, Flea. It wasn't, you telling me a 12-man roster, everybody got their own trainer? We in the gym and everybody's in the corner one-on-one training and stretching? So Kevin Garnett is 100% right. Jay Will and all you other idiots who think y'all know why everybody's getting injured, talk about we need to put money into science and all. No, we don't. Kevin Garnett broke it down perfectly. Perfectly. What Kevin Garnett just said, that shit belongs in history, in the books. He said it correctly, and I think everybody else is scared to say it. But listen, I love what he said. I think he's correct. I think he's 100% correct. And he threw shots at everybody. Because everybody puts everything on social media. I just seen, and I'm going to let Flea cook. Did y'all see James Harden doing modeling? That shit was so cringy. It was just like, y'all take, your profession is basketball. They are taking everything else more serious than their profession. They're taking social media serious. They're taking their brands serious. And they're not taking the game serious. These guys are so talented and so gifted that they're just going off of pure talent. That's why if you notice, nobody gets better every year. Everybody's game is the same. You know why? Because Flea says it all the time. How can your game get better? What can you do to get better? We talk about this with Brunson all the time, Fabian. And Flea, I got to give him credit for this. Now, when you think about it, what has any of these players do to get better to where you went, wow, 2-3 years ago, and we can name a lot of them. A lot of them. I don't want to go through that, but I agree with Kevin Garnett. I'm sorry I got mad and excited, but I agree with him, man. Everybody want to act like they scientists and they know this and know that. Kevin Garnett is 100% correct. The way you guys are practicing, you're supposed to practice the way you play the game. So it makes sense. Like I said, I can't practice making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and then think that same practice is going to be the same way making a grilled cheese sandwich. That's what they doing, Fabian. Y'all practicing for ones, but y'all playing 5-on-5s at a pace that's insane. I agree with Kevin Garnett. Thank you, my brother, for saying that, because it seems like everybody else is afraid to say that.
And my beef is always going to be with the front office. That ain't never going to change. All these owners, we blame LeBron for player empowerment and all that. Okay, I get it. But now you guys have been practicing this player empowerment thing or manipulating the game any way, which way you want for a long time now. It's been with Steph Curry's been on the podium saying, you think I don't want to play? Like he's hinting at who's not letting him play. So we can blame the players, but somebody has to organize that thing too. They can force you to say, yo, we ain't paying you unless you do this, practice this way. Forget your trainers. You're limited to the team trainer. You're limited to this or whatever the case may be. We already got 4 trainers on the team. We don't need 12. All that stuff. The load management thing has been an issue, and I've been thought it was a conspiracy, especially with Kawhi Leonard. That proved it to me. When they didn't tell Ty Lue that he was going to play in the second half of a game, where they let Kawhi Leonard decide he was going to leave, and Ty Lue didn't know until he was going back out there on the court. That proves to me that they want to extend the players' Kawhi's career for as much as possible to put his face on the side of that stadium because they want that advertising of a star being here, and they want to make it seem like everybody could play 20-25 years now. Yeah, okay, you can, but it ain't nowhere near what these dudes were doing back in the day. It's just not. They didn't get to choose their teams either. So it's a lot that comes with this. If they had the sneakers and the medicine that they have today, along with playing that style, now we're talking about untouchable. It wouldn't even be close. Heart, work ethic, and just the love of the game, the respect for the game that you spoke to, AllBall, it really is diminished. And fans got some nerve always defending it and not seeing through the bullshit because you caught up in social media as well. You letting the players fool you. You letting the teams fool you, putting these hurt players on the side of the stadium, buying them tickets. That's how this thing could really change because they ain't worried about the views. They getting $70 billion still, and they got the worst views they've ever had. They don't care about that. They want to sell advertising and go viral every single day and make sure Draymond is on here talking crazy and punching somebody in the face. That's not basketball. They just want to sell them tickets. They want to sell them hot dogs. They want to sell everything, but they don't want to sell the game. And it's not that hard. And Flea, I just don't. It's not all on the players because these guys, again, it's the league is the youngest it's ever been. You don't have the veterans in there like a Kevin Garnett or even a Carmelo and even DeMarcus Cousins and these guys. That's why you want them out because they'll speak up. They'll speak up and be like, we ain't supposed to be doing this. Do this. So, Flea, I understand the gripe with the players, but I don't. Now we have 5 to 10 years of load management and training this way. At some point, when do we blame the owners and the front offices and Adam Silver for allowing the game to be played like this and not respected ultimately?
I mean, just get back to playing basketball, man. Just get back to playing basketball. It's just simple for me. You know, OG, simple and plain. It ain't much to this. Just get back to playing basketball. We don't even have guys that are built like Ron Artest anymore. Built like Ben Wallace, built like Lonzo Mourning, built like Karl Malone, built like David Robinson, built like these niggas was Greek gods, man. Like there's nobody built like that anymore. And that just goes to show these guys don't lift. These guys don't do a lot of the things that are just old school ways to keep your body in tip-top shape. I am no doctor, no nutritionist. I'm not going to speak like I am. I'm just talking about what I've seen, right, through my experience, just knowing other. And these guys ain't in the gym lifting, right? It's a lot of different. Plyometrics is great. Resistant bands is great. Rehabbing and doing all of those recovery type things are great. But I'm talking about building a base, building a body up that can't move. Like, there's a reason. I know we just finished talking about him for a while, but at year 23, there's a reason why he's at year 23 playing at the level that he plays at. Because he does certain shit with his body that these young niggas ain't doing. These young cats ain't doing. It starts down to even our kids' age, OG. These kids don't want to play. They want to work on they want to work on individual shit.
Well, real quick, Flea. You can hear me? Real quick, I don't mean to cut y'all off. But Michael Beasley, did y'all see the clip when he talked about Kobe Bryant, where he said he regret not listening to Kobe because Kobe told him to lift, and he stopped lifting, and he said his high school years, that was the best he's ever played because he lifted. But college, NBA, he stopped lifting, and look what happened. So I just want to repeat that. If people didn't hear that, go to Michael Beasley, and he'll help you understand how important it is to train and lift to keep your body in tip-top shape.
Yeah, they just they just don't work out and play the way that they did back in the day. They just don't. And the attention to just being able to simulate, like they said, simulate game speed. These niggas don't practice. Practice was like super important back. And we could quote Allen Iverson all we want. That was fun, right? That was a fun moment. But call it what you want. Allen was out there practicing. That's why he was acting like that, because he's like, nigga, I'm practicing. Like, so things got to change, and like it's the NBA, so yeah, but things got to change from the ground up, like grassroots, like how we look at this game. It is very much more about the individual player and not the game itself. Right? It's not about, promoting the game. It's about promoting the guy, promoting the brand, promoting the player. And we get away from that. And now it's just not authentic anymore, man. And you're going to see more and more guys get injured. You're going to see more and more guys not being it. Like, I don't even want to take a hit, man. This nigga with one arm got a 2-way contract. It's pissing me off right now. No disrespect to him. I don't want to get killed right now. But ain't no way in hell in a certain era a nigga with one arm is going to be able to step out there on the basketball court and fuck with us. It's just not. I'm sorry. The league, I'm sorry. Niggas can get mad at me. Niggas can say what they want. I'm sorry. Ain't no nigga it's not possible. They're not letting it happen. But we are in an era now where this type of shit can happen.
Shut his mic off.
Kidding me?
Shut his mic off.
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, no. I've been wanting to say this for months, man. This shit is killing. This a 2-way deal? And he doesn't have both arms? Like, nah, man. Get the fuck out of here. Much respect to him. Much respect. But that just goes to show about the competition and talent. We allowing a nigga to do that to us now? All right, man.
Yo, please. What Cam said?
All right.
We got a tournament for the handicap. Special Olympics. Y'all are wild. Please.
I don't get it. And that just goes to show. No, that just goes to show where we at now, man. That just goes to show where we at now.
The show is over, man.
I'm telling you.
Flea did it again. A Vince Carter Gaucho's gym moment. Flea did it again 2 days in a row. Yo, it's over.
Let's go,
It's
Flea.
over.
Oh,
It's
man.
over?
Yeah, I'm not talking about nothing else. It's over. Flea shut the show down. 2 days in a row.
Hold on.
Yes, it's over, Fabian.
It's over? Oh, we got an
Are we
update,
supposed to-
man. They said rookie sensation, Utah Jazz rookie sensation, Ace Bailey has a new agent.
Yo, come on, man.
Nah, Twitter's crazy. Twitter's crazy.
Yo, nah. Yo, that's the last face I thought you was gonna put up, bro. I swear to
That
God,
was funny.
that's the last.
Oh, that was funny.
Is the last face I thought I was gonna see. When
Shout out to the master student with that comment. Some people, can't get a joke, man. It was funny, man. I don't know if you want to touch on Ace Bailey real quick, though, guys, but because because people ain't feeling his current age. Amari Cooper, man. Shout out to Amari Cooper, man. Yeah. Y'all playing with. Huh? Ryan Russillo retweeted. He said, yo, what's wrong? What's wrong with this guy, huh? Amari, pull up, man. We need you out here. We need an agent. We're looking for agents. Put us on. Get us in the league. All right, man. The silence. That's
Ball suckers.
Are we live?
the fucking biggest job. The biggest.
Tune in mañana. We'll probably be getting on 7, 8 o'clock. We're gonna decide a time was good for us. That shit was crazy. Nah, Twitter just. I saw it. I said, nah, I'm not even showing them this shit. This shit is hilarious. I got to keep AllBall for 2 hours, man. I'm gonna have to apologize to him after I get off the show, y'all. But you should thank me. We got hilarity involved. We got Big Fleet crash out. Come on, man. We producing out here, baby Bubba.
Yeah, I see.
Oh, Monkey Wrench. Appreciate you. You the one asking for the snapback? We working on that. King Speech. Flea's YouTube link is in the description. The app is in the description.
I can't see the comments. He asked me about that. I did see it the other day. I'll send it to him.
Yeah, just click in the description. You'll see it in there as long as with all the other links. Shout out to Dom Dropper. His link is in there. All the other links. FYF Sports. We streaming from there now. Appreciate FYF Sports making things happen. AllBall TV making things happen. Kidding me? Tomorrow, 7 p.m. We're shooting for it. Monday night, main event. Till then. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe.